Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I have a recipe called Trail Mix Muffins. I made this and I'm not overly fond of this one because it calls it a trail mix, but it has granola cereal in it, semi-sweet chocolate chips, peanut butter and raisins and dried apricots. Well, I canned trail mix. I made my own and this is full of dry ingredients. So I am going to try using mine in this recipe and see if it comes out better. So this is an experiment. They could go quite wrong or quite right. You're going to need an average standard size 12 cup muffin tin, you know, and you're going to preheat your oven to 375. All right, we need, I'm thinking, because remember I'm going to be changing this recipe. All right, they want 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to use 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour. I told you I'm thinking. Now this might turn out to be a real flop. We'll see at the end if this works out. You see my mistakes when I go through, I don't hide it. Now, before we go much further, let me get my whole wheat. This will take the place of the wheat germ and the yeast, so there'll be like a light wheat. Now, they're stating, hold on now. Now the original recipe asked for a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, a cup of granola cereal, 1/2 cup of roasted peanuts, 1/2 cup of dark raisins, and a 1/2 cup of dried apricots. Now that adds up to over 2 1/2 dried fruits in this. Now because I'm thinking I'll probably be walking around getting stuff because I'm putting it together in my head. I know this is approximately 2 cups. Since it's called a trail mix, might as well go ahead and use it. Now they want over 2 cups of this stuff in here. I don't know if this is going to come out now. I'm being honest with you. I just don't know. But I've got raisins and everything in this. They should have called this a granola muffins. I have granola too. I might try making granola muffins too. I can't get that out without. Okay. Oh yeah, they're sweet. Don't worry about this. And plus they want us to add 3/4 cup of sugar, brown sugar, light brown sugar. Now, because this is dried fruit, it's got nuts in it too, so I'm going to be mixing this up. I'll show you what I'm doing. The flour's in here, and I just put the whole 2 cups in here because I got 2 cups of that, so I said, what's the difference? So I'm just going to mix it, make sure that everything is coated with the flour so it will be suspended through the flour. And we'll add the rest of the dry ingredients in a minute. Okay, now we're going to add 3/4 cup of light brown sugar, where I put my sugar. be sweet. So this is 3/4 of sugar. I'm using my 1/2 cup and my 1/4 of a cup measure packet. That's light brown. Alright, now we're bypassing everything else because I already added mine in. They want 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Don't worry, we're going to be mixing all this up. And do I need salt? Yes, we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, the rest is liquid. We're going to mix all this up. So these should be heavy muffins. I will be right back. Okay, they want 3/4 of a cup of milk. I am going to use a 1/4 of a cup of milk and a 1/2 cup of my cultured discard in place of the 3/4 milk. So if you don't have a discard from your and you haven't made a sourdough culture, it's just 3/4 of a cup of milk. You need a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I am going to be using corn oil, but you could use whatever oil you have. You know what? I know this is a sad thing to say. Men seem to be more amenable than females. It's like you can't tell them anything, the young ones of today. They say, I know, I know, I know, I know. The thing is that cooking is an art, and you need a teaspoon of vanilla. If you rush through something and you don't learn it right, you're missing out. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. You're missing out on a lot. Cooking is an art form. If you don't, and you take shortcuts, you'll take shortcuts on dresses and stuff. I see the material and the outfits that are made, and they're cheaply made. And they're charging you hundreds of dollars for these outfits, and they're cheap. They're really quite cheap. And people don't know. Everybody's taking shortcuts. They don't want to do the fine work and the time that goes into it. And then when you have somebody who does it, it's like, oh, this is too boring. I can't deal with this. Hurry up along. I want it faster than that. You have no patience. You have no time for anything. So you buy things cheap, wonder why they break, or your dishes don't come out well when you're cooking because you go cheap. You really do go cheap. I was taught if you want to do something right, it's going to take time. Like, people think they can just read a book and pick up an instrument and play it. It doesn't work like that. The people, they have to work years learning what they learn. I just put a oil in my dry ingredients. Now remember, we're not going to mix this all the way, because if you mix it all the way, they're going to collapse, and they're already heavy. I can see what's in them. Might have to add a little more milk. I'm beginning to wonder. I'll just have to wait and see. But if you take your time and do things properly, you will have a high quality, be it cooking, be it sewing, building a home, anything that one does. Take your time, listen to the people who have been there, and learn it properly, or don't learn it at all. But don't run your mouth if you don't know and you sit there and try to be something that you're not. I'm no chef. I can tell you point blank, I am not. I'm not a chef. I know a lot of terminologies, techniques and stuff. I was taught, I told you my first teacher was Julia Child. But the one who carries that title was Julia Child, not me. James Beard did. Who's that new one? Gordon Ramsay? He carries that title. They are. Those people have a taste bud that works quite well for them. I mean, I'm sure they could try anything and come up with what's in it. But if you think cooking is a quick and easy thing to do, your meals will never be to their full capacity of what they're supposed to be. I know a lot of languages. I know the language of cooking, crocheting, knitting. I've learned tapestry. I've learned a lot of different languages in that aspect. But I cannot, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I'm not a professional. Okay. Now, as you can see, these are not mixed up. You see, I still have flour in them. That's exactly how these have to look. If you mix it completely up, they're going to drop, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to go down. I don't need my glasses now. And these are going to be heavy. This is my trail mix that I spent days dehydrating food and stuff. The fruits that went in here and everything else. So I did not buy my trail mix. I made it. It took me a long time to do it because I had to do all those fruits and stuff. That's why I got a dehydrator. I used to shop at Shahadi's. They had dried fruit there, and I liked the dried fruit, and our sons, that was snacks for them. They loved dried fruit. The papayas, the mangoes, this, that. They had the apples, banana. They just had one after the other. And I wanted to get a dehydrator. That's why I was looking into Harvest Right, but my age does not make sense. So I got an inexpensive one. If I was younger, I'd say, yeah, that'd be a good investment. I'd get a lot of time in it and with it, but I won't. So, not unless I live to 125. I don't think I'm going to make it there. If I do, most of you that I'm talking to today will be dead. Oh my goodness. But I will have been able to say I have seen my country go through an awful lot. I got enough for one more muffin, so I'm just going to spread it out everywhere. I don't think these muffins are going to be going everywhere and over the edge because they're pretty solid. I guess you can see that. But I have a lot of young females that come at me because I take my time and they're very sarcastic. I can see why men wouldn't want to date them. And they wouldn't want them, you know? They don't have respect for the age. They don't have respect for knowledge. They don't have respect for anything. And I don't think they have much respect for themselves either. I'm so glad I have guys, boys, instead of girls. I don't think she'd ever be able to sit down. I've seen these young men and young women, and the women, the way they carry on and everything else. It's just ridiculous. Like I said, these new women have taken my rights away. I had all my rights. A lot of you don't know the suffrage is what gave us our rights as women. Everything that you fight for, because the only thing you're fighting for is sexual freedom, but you don't want to pay the price of it, but you want everyone else to pay. These are going to cook for about 20 minutes. 20, so that would be 64. That will be 4 minutes after the hour. I will see you then. I'm going to clean my mess up. Okay? We'll see if these come out. Okay, here they are. They came out. Let's see if I can pick it up and bring it closer to you. Here they are. And they rose nicely, see? So, using homemade trail mix works. And for those of you that buy trail mix, you'll need about 2 cups of trail mix, because I just used a whole pint jar and dumped them in. I didn't know if it was going to work. But it does work, so if you make your own trail mix, you can sit there and make these muffins. If you sit there and buy it, make sure that you have enough to cover for 2 cups, because that's what you're going to need. So listen, you take care and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.